Hello, my name is Priscilla Velasquez. I am a licensed social worker here in the state of Arizona and in the state of Illinois. Today, I am going to show you how you can be a great consortium third party administrator to be in the Department of Transportation Clearinghouse. A little bit about us. At Apoyo Support Center, our vision is to come up with the best consortium third party administrators, or CTPA, in the United States of America. Educating on this very important population who are in the transportation field will make our society safer and better for all of us in the United States. A little bit about Apoyo Support Center. My name is Priscilla Velasquez, and like I stated earlier, I am a LMSW in the state of Arizona and an LSW in the state of Illinois. I am also a substance abuse professional, and I am in the Department of Transportation Clearinghouse. I'm also a retired United States Navy vet. Um, I am the founder of Apoyo Support Center, and I also advocate in the community. The program that we have available is how to teach you to be a great consortium and third party administrator in the FMCSA clearinghouse. What CTPA does is after the substance abuse professional clears the CDL holder to go back to work, the first person that they must see after the SAP is a CTPA. And the CTPA is a person who is registered in the DOT Clearinghouse FMCSA, and they will administer the first drug UA. And once that is done, the person who has been cleared to go and back to work, the clearinghouse will show that this person has done all that was required to receive their CDL back. They take that information, they go to their local DMV, and they get their CDL back to drive and go back to work. What we will do is we're going to teach you how to open the business if you don't have a business yet, and we will teach you how to make income, but you got to put your mind to it. So, what is the problem that we have here in the United States with these people with CDLs? Not just CDLs, but I want to show you how you can be a consortium for many other people that are out in the transportation field. There are over 5 million CDL holders alone in the clearinghouse. 12 million in total of those who do safety sensitive jobs. Many are confused. Who do we go to? What is it that we have to do? Where do we go? And what's next? Other customers that we're going to be able to service once we are a CTPA are the FAA, which is the Federal Aviation Administration, the FRA, which is the Federal Railroad Administration. The PHCMSA is the Pipeline and Hazardous Materials Safety Administration, and the United States Coast Guard. But there's no clearinghouse for them. The only one that has a clearinghouse where you have to go in and put in the information will be in the trucking or industry. That's the one that has bus drivers, truck drivers, and some other safety sensitive jobs. The Department of Transportation mandates that all who test positive in a UA urinalysis, which includes marijuana, cannot drive. So you and the SAP are the only ones that can help those customers get back to work. So the SAP is the first one in line on doing steps 1 through 4. 1 through 4, you're going to do an evaluation, send the person out to go get help if they need it, get them educated. This one is not you. The SAP does that. And then once the person has done what they needed to do, the SAP says, okay, you're done. Go and see a CTPA or the employer. Many times, the employer will have fired you. So, in the event that that person does not have an employer, you as a CTPA will have to take care of whatever your analysis the SAP has ordered to be done. And how do you know what needs to be done? That person will need to call the SAP, and the SAP will have to send over what it is that they want that person, the driver, to do for drugs. It could be a whole year of drug urinalysis, or it could be up to 5 years. The SAP can keep the person for up to 5 years, and the person will need to have a CTPA to do those follow ups. A CTPA is a person who manages all or part of the employer's Department of Transportation mandated drug and alcohol testing program. And just to let you know, you can also manage the employer's random urinalysis with you being a CTPA. So, a truck company must adhere to federal government rules on what to do with the employees. And one of those things they must have is a drug free work environment, a plan, and you must have the supervisors trained as well. And why would you want to do this? Because as of December 2024, there are only a little bit over 20,000 CTPAs in the clearinghouse. So you have 5 million CDL holders in the clearinghouse. And then I don't have the statistics for any other ones. Right now, I concentrate on the highest needed, which is the truck drivers, the CDL holders, school bus drivers. And in total, you have 12 million who, if they fail any of those drug tests, they have to see somebody like you. So I wanted to show you what the Drug and Alcohol Clearinghouse has right here. They have for many years posted numbers of how many people have been registered in the clearinghouse. The numbers that I see here are since 2019. If you see all the way in 2024, there was, I can't see it, 842 over drivers in the clearinghouse, and now we have over 5 million. Okay, they had a new rule that came out in November. Everybody must be registered that has a CDL. So as you can see, there are over, no, not 8 million, over 5 million. And the employers are 506,000 employers, truck companies that have these drivers. Owner operators are people who are the owner of their truck and they're pretty much the only driver. They too must adhere to all the Department of Transportation guidelines. And if they're only owner operator, they must have somebody like us to administer to them the randoms. That's the CTPA's job, is to get them compliant to go back to work. If they do not go to see the SAP, those CDL drivers are not able to drive legally. So until they're cleared from the SAP, they cannot go. MROs are the doctors. That's something that I wanted to share with you. With going with me as your person who will teach you how to do the clearinghouse, MRO is also included in the UAs that you send the people out. MROs are doctors that look at the urine and they diagnose it or they review it to make sure that it's clean or if it's not clean. And a SAP, which is what I am, we have only over 5,600 SAPs in the United States that are able to help all these over 5 million drivers. So the training that we will provide you is how to be a consortium slash third party administrator, and they call it CTPA. We will teach you how to be a good CTPA, and we will teach you how to follow those rules that you need to do. Know that qualification requirement, but you must know the DOT rules. That is Department of Transportation, federal government, and there's no rules on what qualifications, but there are a lot of people that I see doing what this is, and it could be because there's no formal education on how to do this. Because you're dealing with the federal government, there's going to be strict penalties if something happens to a driver, you didn't handle what needed to be done to send them to do the urine if you did it wrong. um, there's going to be penalties for you to pay. So that's why I want you to know that this is a serious business, serious job, and it's also a great opportunity for you to not only do well in this business, but make good money. We will go through rules, regulations that pertain to your most important return to duty, which is the next step for you to clear the employee to get back his or her CDL or CLP. And I'm going to teach you how to be a better CTPA. If you do not own a business, we will assist you how to do the paperwork and connect you with local services. Also, I want you to know that we will provide coaching throughout the year for up to 1 year on getting you to the next steps and up and running. We will do group coaching, answer answer questions. So get them prepared before we get to our coaching. Um, and if you want individual coaching, we'll have that available as well. Also, I will, we will provide you with 1 year of free portal access. In other words, I charge $250 a year so that you could use my access to go through um, and send people um, to go get the urine tests. Um, and then you charge, let's say, for example, uh, it's costing me $35 to get a urinalysis done. You can sell them out there for $69, $79, and that is your income. And now the cost. Um, it's $999. And what does all of that include? This is the way that you start your business, getting all the information. You could do it all by yourself, and then you can take months and months. And if time is not of an essence to you to get started, then you can do all of this by yourself. What's unique is that I will provide you with everything: how to open up your business, how to get your EIN, how to get to your state to file for your LLC. That's a good way to do a lot of good tax advantages. And the marketing, I will teach you some of the things that would be great for your marketing. And you also can do a lot of this in social media. That's what I do. Because I'm a licensed social worker, I also have put myself out on Psychology Today. So I am on there, and people can go through there to make sure that I am a legitimate person. There's a lot of people that tell you that they'll sell you things and then they just take your money. So I want you to know that I'm on there, being on Psychology Today. The people on that website, they check your credentials, and if you see they check credentials. And also, so you can also check with the state. It's free to check what my credentials are in Arizona and in Illinois. And this is an authentic field to be in. Not many women are in it, not many minorities, and it doesn't matter. If you are very motivated to do a good job, great customer service is going to be the best for you. This could be your full time job, and you can make six figures or more. What you do with this business is all what you want to do. So, what would be your growth strategy? So, let's say, for example, in February, you start your training, then you start talking about it, getting coached and educated on being a CTPA consortium third party administrator. You're getting excited as you hear of the needs. I challenge you, go and Google all this information and you will see how the high needs are. If you go to social media, a lot of these men and women, they go there looking for someone to take care of these needs so they could go back to work. Um, and you are not limited just to be in one state. As a CTPA, you can administer this all over the United States. So let's say in May, you have a website, social media with information on your business. Or are you done and you ready to get those clients? Do you have to have a website? No. Um, but it makes you more credible and it makes you seem like you are stable and that you are going to be here for the long haul. Also, secret, you have a website. You're going to be able, once you start doing business and you want to make more business, you will be able to go into a small business venture and you could do contracts with the federal government. See, I let you in on a secret. So that's another class for another day because getting to do business with the government, it's a long process and it's tedious. But once you land, it's like you were digging a well for oil and hot damn, you struck oil. So there's a lot of opportunity doing this. Let's say in October, you've been ready to make that money and make a change. Step off and find out. Step off and in faith and find out. I am going to be sharing with you the secrets of my success. So here is the market overview. You have the opportunity to build. You have the opportunity to be one of the few greatest of all time. This is a totally addressable market. Very simple, very nice people who work hard for a living. Um, you have the freedom to make your own company yours. This is a selectively inclusive market, serviceable, available market. I mean, this is totally wonderful and an opportunity for you to grow, make money, and make an impact on a lot of these people who need us. Okay, let's say, for example, in May you did what's called a return to duty UA. Return to duty is after they're done with the SAP, now they got to see you. So, a cost per urinalysis that includes my marketing, um, that includes my setup fee, and that includes the urine test, and that's $140 one time. Okay, so let's say you had 10 clients. That's $1,400 that you made on 10 clients that are now going to take that when you say, yep, they passed their BP test, you go in the clearinghouse, you clear them, and now they're going to go and run to the nearest DMV, and it's going to show green that they have passed and completed the SAP, and now they're ready to go to work. So you have no control over their employer or ex-employer will take them back, but by law, they can go back to work. Follow-ups. Follow-up urinalysis is like the same thing as a RTD, but it's just a urine test, and you are going to send them, and they're not going to know when you send them, and they have to go and do the follow-up according to what the SAP wrote in their report. What the report says, if the report says, I need them to do follow-up tests for 2 years, guess what? You got a client for 2 years. So let's say you got 10 follow-ups, okay? You could do 10 follow-ups in one day. That's $40 each, $400. Let's say in July, you keep getting more clients for follow-ups. That's 30 clients at $40 each, $1,200. I'm just saying that's the cost of, what it goes to um, the clearinghouse. We pay those lab fees, but then you can add in $30, $40 because you are now taking care of these people to go back to work, and that is a service. So for each person, you can add an additional $30 or $40. Don't go crazy and charge all the time. Some people charge $99. I think that's fine. And every time they have to, and you have to keep tabs of that, okay? In July, you could, like I said, you have 30, now you make 1,200. That's one a day, but you could do way more. In August, let's say you got 40 people that you have to do, but remember when you have that client and the person, the SAP sends you to them, you might do 2 UAs for that client. So that's $80 in 1 month for that client. So what is the solution? Our services allows us to control that little niche nobody else can. The employer cannot do what we're doing. The employer is responsible for the randoms. We are responsible to get these people back to work and follow ups. Now, the employer may have you take care of not only their drug free environment, they also would say, could you please take care of those that failed their UAs if they didn't get fired? Because um, that has nothing to do with you. You can get them back to work, but if the employer doesn't want them back to work, it's not against DOT. So, our services allow us to have that little niche nobody else can, ego booster, and the client trusts us and likes us because we care. And let me tell you, these people will talk and they get together and they'll be on Facebook and they'll be, hey, have you heard of this person? And blah 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 blah. They will say good things about you, but they will also say bad things about you. So let's be good and let's provide great customer service. You will meet all ages, all walks of life, all different, and you will learn from them all. These are done in the comfort of your home or your office. And what I want to do is get us back to the basics of humanity. This is just one of the many opportunities I will teach you in this training. We're going to try to close the gap on those 20,000. We need more people. This is a target audience, and you will be able to save them a lot of money by being the best out there and being competitive in your prices. So, are you ready to start? Are you ready for $9.99? You will change your life. Step off in faith and find out. Here is my link so that you can make a payment. I also have where you can pay monthly and you can go on my website. Here is also my QR code. And I appreciate everything that you've done to listen to me today. My name is Priscilla Velasquez. I am a SAP. I'm a licensed social worker in the state of Illinois and in the state of Arizona. You can go online and you can see that I am who I say I am. And I'm also on Psychology Today. Here is my email. Here is my website. You will do well. God bless you. And let's work on making us some money and being the best that we can be. Amen.